Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Thinking of summertime, and still, I know we're right in the throngs of ice fishing right now, but I'm always thinking about lessons that I learned from last year's fishing. And one of them is, and when I talk about crankbaits, I probably a lot of you don't know what I'm talking about, but they're plugs. They have a lip on them, and you cast them out, and the baits have their inherent action already built in. What you do is you cast out and you reel them back at a certain speed, and they go to a certain depth, and they look like a fish swimming. And for a lot of people, they're tremendous. People love them. But, I think one of the errors that I made is that I buy shallow running crankbaits because most of the water I fish in is shallow water. And I don't want to be losing my crankbait. I don't want it to be going down and snagging in the bottom. But I think that's a major error. And what this report is about is telling you that maybe you should consider having an arsenal of deep running crankbaits, even though you're not fishing deep water. And here's why. Because these deep running crankbaits, and a lot of the good ones, have lips designed not to wedge in the bottom, but, and here's the point, to bounce off the bottom. And if they go down deeper than that water is, then they're going to be constantly digging in, bouncing on the bottom. And this is what might get the fish's attention. That something just swimming by, they may let it go. But something that they see burrowing in around the bottom, bouncing off, making a sound, might get their attention. And a lot of your best fishermen, like Kevin Van Dam, one of the most famous, probably the most famous fisherman out there right now for bass, he is a crankbait expert. He uses crankbaits all the time. And there is an allure made that doesn't depend on you developing a proficiency in how to use it. And even though those crankbaits are designed to throw out and reel back and wiggle as they go and maybe make a sound, the better you get of knowing how to make that be something that beckons the fish, that gets the fish's attention. And so I know this year I'm going to start using deeper diving crankbaits. I'm going to do what so many of the experts say. You want that going down and bumping, digging into the bottom. And that's what's going to get the fish, because most fish, most of the time, are sort of near the bottom. And we have to make them want to come up in the water column to feed on something, whether it's a school of bait fish, whatever. That's kind of important. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.